If I were to describe lucid dreaming, it is an experience of being awake in your dream or being conscious inside your dream. Lucid dream experience that I had was very impactful. I woke up in my bedroom. It was night and the lights were on. And I said, that's strange. I should go and turn them off. And when I went to turn the lights off, they didn't turn off. And I knew at that moment I was dreaming. And there was a small epiphany just in that moment of realization that, oh wow, this is a lucid dream, it's happening right now. So then you start to savor every moment of the dream itself. I looked around the room and I noticed that a painting that is usually on one wall was on a different wall. And I looked up and a friend of mine was floating above me. I said, oh, that's unusual, but I still felt very comfortable because I knew that I was in a dream, so it was a safe space where anything could happen. I looked to my left and there was a stranger, a woman in a chair facing the window. And when I turned away and turned back again, she was sitting in the chair but floating outside the window mid-air in the night. And it was a very magical experience to realize that there's this other dimension that is unlimited in the dream world that you can access. And so I got up and I went to the kitchen and I saw a friend of mine and we hugged, and it was a very strong experience, and I could remember her body very solidly against mine, and it felt as solid as my body feels here now. And that was also another moment of epiphany within the dream that, oh wow, the dream world is equally as real as physical reality. And then the dream continued in a different setting, and I was in Istanbul. This is not something I controlled, but something I was able to witness consciously. So I was in Istanbul in an antique market, and I heard this most ethereal sound, and it was coming from the back of the antique store. So I walked to the back of the antique store, and there were these masks on this stone wall, and one mask in particular in the shape of a sun made of brass. And as I approached it, I could see its lips, you know, that were kind of open like this, and it was making the sound, ooh. And then this other marionette that was hanging, made of wood, painted in white, that was also hanging on the wall, made another sound that harmonized with that. Ooh, ooh. And they were harmonizing together. These two inanimate objects in the dream were co-creating the sound of the universe. And that's what the lucid dream brought to me. If I were to think of Mang in terms of a supplement, on par with things like milk thistle, which supports your liver function, well, Mang Lucid Dreaming Aid supports your dream world function. So it may not be your function in the physical reality, but it does support your ability to function and to even perhaps control your dream world and your dream reality. It has a compound in it that's an extraction of Syrian rue or espand, which is actually it's a perennial plant that grows all over Asia and Mediterranean regions. And it even grows in North America as well. The plant as a whole has some toxic compounds in it, so you don't want to take Syrian rue directly in order to have a lucid dreaming experiment or a lucid dreaming experience. But if you take the Mang, it's formulated specifically to aid in your ability to awaken in your dream world, and in fact be able to have control of your dream life, the way a meditation practice will help you to control your thoughts in your waking life. Mang can help you to control your experience of your dream life. So they're very much symbiotic kind of experiences. It's the only way I could find to make my dreams interesting to other people. Otherwise, most people don't pay attention to their dreams, much less other people's dreams. So how to make this work I'm doing, this creative work, using all of these dream texts, useful or interesting or of benefit to others. And I wanted to, first of all, get back into my own dream world, which I hadn't accessed in about a decade. So as I was working on these old dream texts, I wanted to also have an active dream life. And that's where Mang came in. And it wasn't only an active dream life, it was the ability to wake up in your dreams, to lucid dream. And that was another level that I hadn't really realized would be useful. And nor did I realize how similar it is to meditation and the goals of meditation, which is in fact to get ahead of your monkey mind. You know, as your thoughts come and go, you observe them. You don't hang on to them and get on the thought train. And it's the same with a dream. You're just in the dream train, but actually you can be the conductor of the dream train and decide where you want to take the dream. So you could decide, I'm going to fly to the moon, and then you can. But you must do it with a lucid dreaming practice. So you can take Mang Lucid Dream Aid, but you must do it in combination with a lucid dreaming practice, or it's no good. So you might have vivid dream recall, which is wonderful, but to go to the next level of lucid dreaming, you need to have some kind of practice. So I did a Tibetan dream yoga practice, which involves meditation that you would do as you're falling asleep. And then during the night, you would wake up. They suggest you wake up every 2 hours. I'm not that good. So I woke up once at 3 in the morning, and you need to be awake for like a good hour, and then go back into sleep. That's when the lucid dreaming is, you're right there. So that was my experience with Mang and a lucid dreaming practice. And that combination is where the power lies. Recurring dreams tend to happen in childhood. So generally you remember them because they were recurring. But most people that I've spoken to about dreams don't have recurring dreams in their adult life. It's really during childhood. And again, most adults, because they wake up early in the morning to go to work at the sound of an alarm clock, have no dream recall. So that this whole part of your existence is lost to you. It's completely lost. And there's so much there that is you, that is your experience of reality and how you perceive reality, and then it's recycled in your dream world. But not only is your lived experience recycled in your dream world, so is the present and therefore the future. So it's across time and space. You know, it has an unlimited quality, the way physical reality has a limited quality. So you get to tap into something unlimited that doesn't take as much effort as sitting meditation, which is very difficult for people. So it's one way to tap into some other part of yourself. And it's extremely useful to become a whole person, to become a whole human being. I think everyone can benefit from paying more attention to their dreams, but it's up to you how you choose to do that. Some people prefer dream interpretation, and of course that's what happens in therapy very often. If you see a psychologist or a psychiatrist or any kind of counselor or therapist, they often ask you about your dreams. So it's very useful for that side of things. But if you want to do it in a self-directed way, it's up to you how you want to do it. Do you want to use a dream dictionary and interpret your dreams according to a book? You can do that. I mean, the first dream dictionary was from ancient Egypt, right? It was a Kemetic manuscript. It was written around 1220 BC. There's a manuscript in the museum in London that is like the first Oneirocritic or dream dictionary is there. And people had it in their homes, and it had 108 dreams in it. And so you'd wake up from your dream and you would go and check, what did I have and what does it mean? So this is one way of experiencing your dreams. And another way is actually just looking at it as a story. Another story in the way that your life every day that you wake up, that you have the honor of waking up and having another day, that's a story too. So we're living all of these stories, and they're magical, and they have a lot to teach us, and it's up to us how we want to interpret it, whether we want to interpret it or just see it as a story.